Okay, welcome everybody to our group coaching call. This is the Attract Soulful Love pilot program. It is our 12th group coaching call, and I have more clarity around the subject than I have ever had. I just want to remind you that I've been a counseling woman for about 30 years or so, with all kinds of challenges and issues, and focusing on a variety of different areas of life. And one of the biggest challenges that women have faced with me when they come to me is around marriage. And oftentimes they usually come to me, they used to, and like, I got a problem with my marriage. And then I would always say to them, okay, but you can't change anybody, but I can help you to empower yourself, that you can have a better relationship with yourself, your life, your creator, and you can be stronger within you. You can be more personally developed. Is that something that you want? And a lot of them would say yes. And so, from about 30 years of experience, I decided to specialize with my expertise in supporting women in a proactive kind of way. So I decided to work with women in a non-remedial way, not in a, I got a problem, can you help me kind of approach, but I want to learn to live my life and to live my life without problems, So my focus shifted to supporting women and men, but mainly women, and supporting them to have a higher quality of beingness, relatingness, and experience of life, showing them that they can experience being secure, being self-full. They can support a satisfying experience of life as a lifestyle. You can live satisfied, and you can have socially supportive connections, and you can actually also have spousal satisfaction as well. So what I'm saying to you is that through my experience, especially working with people of color, minority groups in the country, people that are not the usual, people who go for counseling, etc. So I've been working with minority groups in this country and from different parts of the world, people who are underprivileged or are challenged, whose parents have come to this country and have had social challenges and so on and so forth, and with a variety of different kind of nuanced problems. So I have developed myself with a proficiency of supporting people, especially women. And this proficiency, it's like working with women over and over again, you begin to see certain common patterns and certain common challenges that women have, and supporting them to address these challenges, and it became something that I'm good at, So this is why a lot of women sort of favor me as a therapist, even though I'm male, compared to maybe other males or maybe other females as well, because of not only do I have a passion for personal development, I have a passion for personal development, my own and yours, and I also experienced major pain in my life and problems, and so I wanted to go beyond that, and I have a purpose. My purpose is in support of humanity, to recognize its potentials and to step into humanity's potentials and possibilities. So I'm on purpose with human excellence. You get what I mean? That's my purpose. And so I've decided to specialize in supporting women in the area of marriage. So I have this unique knowledge based on my own experience, based on my own passion, my own purpose, my own pain points, my own, what I'm working towards, pleasures in life, and so on and so forth. And I have decided to focus on the area of relationships, intimacy, marriage. And in that area, I'm interested in the group of women who are interested in marriage. They're not married, or they've been married and divorced. They've never been married. And so I've decided to focus, because life is short and you've got to specialize to have the most impact. So in the area of relationships, I'm interested in premarital guidance, premarital education to the women who are looking to marry or wanting to understand how come they're having difficulty marrying. So that is the population of people, especially women at this time, that I am supporting, in the area of before we get married, whether that's after a divorce or never been married or single or widowed. Like, how do we go forward in marriage? And this is not a remedial. It's not like, oh, I got married and I'm very sad now, and he's not listening and I'm having a horrible time. Can you help him? And then you'll help me if you help him, I have that, people calling me and all that. And I say, no, I don't do that. I'm more looking at the cause of society's problems rather than, I'm addressing the cause of society's problems rather than addressing the consequences of the cause. So I'm with this project generating a new approach in life, this proprietary solution, this expert knowledge that I have, and I've gleaned from students in this classroom as well through this 1 year or so of group coaching sessions. So I am focused on a group of people, what we would call smart people and progressive people. Not just women who want to marry, because that's really the area. But when it comes to women who want to marry, or people that want to marry, there are those who want to remain the same. They are not interested in their potentials. They are women who are not interested in their potentials as women in society. And they're not interested in the possibilities that women can have. Right? So I have this proprietary solution in the global area of relationships, intimacy, marriage, but focused on before you get involved romantically or relationally. And I am working with a specific group of people, smart, progressive people, at this point mainly women, and we are supporting them with a core solution in this particular area. So the area of getting married, where women can get married, there are a lot of women saying, we're not married, we've never been married, we're afraid we might never ever be married. That number is increasing. And there are a lot of women not only saying we've never been married, we want to be married, but we're not married, we're feeling frustrated, what's going on, we don't understand, we're confused. And the risk of moving into the never married category is really great for a lot of women at this particular time. So we're looking at women who are realizing, I'm not married, and I may actually never marry. And that's not something that I want, to remain unmarried and never be married. You get them for different reasons. And we're looking at the women who are smart, they are progressive, they want to learn, to get into their potentials. The women who are saying, we have people interested in us, and we are scared and afraid. The alarming, rate of divorce. What if we make a mistake? And we have doubt. And so there are women who might be having a difficulty attracting people to them. Or there might be women who attract people to them, but they still have a risk and a doubt, and they might have gone into a marriage and they might have realized it's not satisfying, or it's not entirely satisfying, and some of them might have even been in marital discord and distress and actually divorced, So these are the smart women we're looking at. And the cost solution that I'm presenting in this area is not just, let's get you married, you know what I mean? Or you can get yourself married. Because anybody can do that. I mean, people can do that. You can get yourself married. But the question is, let's get you, do you want to get soulfully married? So this is a new concept for a lot of women. What do you mean soulfully married? We just want a marriage where we don't feel bad, And I'm saying, yeah, everybody wants a marriage where they don't feel bad. But you get a marriage that doesn't feel bad by creating a marriage that feels good. That's how you create a marriage that feels good. Do you want to create a marriage that feels good? So, to that particular group of women who have been, interested in learning either at school or after school, or are into personal development, women who are progressive, women who are wanting to develop themselves in terms of their spirituality, or themselves, their bodies, their lives, women who want to learn to be more self-nurturing rather than be self-abandoning. These are the women who will explore my solution. So my core solution to this situation that is facing our country and women in general, where women are continuing to be, generally speaking, women are generally getting the short end of the stick, and they continue to get the short end of the stick, where they might get into relationships that they get used, abused, or feel unfulfilled, dissatisfied, distressed. I'm addressing that situation beginning with this country and intending on taking it, around the world. That I have a core solution. The solution that I'm offering is that we can give you the specialized knowledge and the support that you as a smart woman can find very beneficial, and you can use it. This specialized knowledge and support in the form of personal development and premarital education. We can give you education and support. And for the purpose of you actually gaining clarity that you may then proceed with confidence and certainty in the area of marriage. A lot of smart women are stuck. They're not as desperate as some women for marriage, but at the same time they can't move forward, because this is what we refer to as the guidance gap. Women have been underprivileged and have been without support, especially male support, and they are suffering the consequences of it. So I'm not a feminist, and I'm not against feminists. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm supporting human beings live on the path of human excellence. So my point that I'm making here is that you can actually get the knowledge and the support, which is this personal development education, this premarital empowerment education, and with it you can get clarity. I want you to have clarity, because with clarity then you know where you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there. You can have a definite outcome, with clarity. Women are confused because they are not getting this kind of support that empowers them to proceed in the area of marriage with clarity. You see, I want to give you clarity. With the clarity, you can decide whether this is for you or this is not for you. The solution that we have in the area of marriage, I want to share it with you so that you can see whether this is something you want. Like, for example, your parents might give you a solution that when it comes to marriage, don't be fussy, take anybody, as long as you're married, as long as the man can give you money, just please him, please the in-laws, make everybody happy, don't be demanding. That is a solution that somebody might give you regarding marriage. They may say to you, that's how you approach marriage. Take the first guy you can get, or take the first or second guy, don't be too picky. Anybody who is interested in you, you just go with it. If somebody wants you, you go with it. You know what I mean? You might not have somebody else coming to you later on. So people who have given you their solutions to the problem of getting married, to the issue, the challenge of getting married, their solutions might be fear-based. They might be afraid for you that you might never get married. They might be thinking that the best thing for you is to get married, and so you have to get married. They might be thinking from their own thinking when they were young and they were unmarried and they had to marry somebody, or there'll be a burden on their parents and so on and so forth. So they might be giving you dated solutions. Maybe these solutions may have worked. They have worked for them to some degree. They survived. If they were marrying for survival, they survived. And so smart women today might say, but we don't need to marry for survival. Another auntie who married somebody who's got a career and status, she'll tell you, her solution is, you must look pretty and make sure you look after yourself, and so that you can attract a man through your prettiness, and men like pretty women, and rich men like pretty women, and professional men like pretty women. So make sure you get your hair done and dress properly and all that, so they like you. And then you can have a car, they'll buy you a car, and they'll give you a house to live in, and they'll, because they might have done that. They might have married for style, or status. So different people will give you different kinds of solutions. You know what I mean? Some people will tell you, find a man who has got issues and help them. Find a man who's got issues and help them, and then marry them, and then look after them. At least the man won't leave you because he needs you. He can't function on his own. So these are different kinds of solutions in the area of marriage. It's questionable to what degree it works. You get what I mean? So it works depending on what you want. You know what I mean? Some women just want food and shelter and clothing, right? And they get that. Some women just want status and style, and they marry for that. So I'm not here to tell you what is marital success. Your definition of marital success comes from you, right? And whatever you choose as marital success, that is something you want for your own reasons. Don't let me or anybody else talk you out of it. But what you're exposed to by being with me is giving you a solution, a cost solution that comes from my 30 years, of education and working with people. It's my own journey through working with women over the decades, and seeing where society was and where society is and where society can be. So what I'm going to present to you today and start taking you through this process, if you're interested in it, is my solution, Ashraf Murad's Attract Soulful Love solution. That is, I will give you, through my team, through my organization, the personal development education and the empowering premarital education, where you can get yourself soulfully married. What that means is that I am here to support you apply yourself in ensuring that you have a marriage that is one that is a lifetime of marital fulfillment. So what I'm doing with you is my solution. My solution is that you as a person, whether you know this or not, I can give you the information that supports a transformation. With that transformation in you, you can get going and you can get yourself soulfully married if you want to. If you're a person who's saying, I'm still not married, I'm looking to marry, I might never ever get married, I got a problem, I want to get married but I can't, then I'm offering you a solution, my solution. My solution is to empower yourself to create a lifetime of marital fulfillment. This is my solution. I'm saying to you that using the knowledge that I give you, if you're really interested in it, you can be coached to actually become the woman who proceeds towards what you want, which is marriage, with clarity. I can give you clarity. That means you're so clear, you know how to proceed. And you proceed with confidence. That you don't proceed like, I don't know, I'm in doubt. You have a plan. With what I'm sharing with you, there's a map. And you create a plan. And you move along that plan in the direction of what you want with confidence and with certainty. That there's no living as a woman that you were stuck between generations and in the guidance gap. No. You are realizing there's a situation in society. People are not supporting women proactively create a marriage that works for them. People are not doing that. You're getting aunties telling you advice, you know what I mean, that's outdated. You're trying to figure it out yourself. And what you require is specialist support. So I'm a specialist. I've decided in the last 1.5 years, actually more than that, when it comes to women and marriage and relationships, to specialize only in premarital work. And not just anybody who wants to get married, but smart women who want to become progressive and want to develop what I will call a princess consciousness. A princess consciousness. You know the story of the princess and the pea? You understand? You want to develop a princess consciousness who want to marry for spousal satisfaction. So I'm going to explain this to you, that many women, they want to marry for reasons other than spousal satisfaction. And that's okay. If you don't want to marry for spousal satisfaction and you're not interested in being spousally satisfied, I will not stop you and I will not judge you. You can marry for whatever reason you want to marry. Whatever it is. You just want to have somebody, you just want to say you got married, you just want to get married and stay married, that's your reason. That is fine. You can use whatever I'm sharing here to assist you to have the kind of marriage that you want. But I have a proprietary solution. I have a solution specific to me and my expertise. It's in fact a solution that I am using in my life. You get what I mean? I'm giving it to you because I want to use it for myself. In my life, how I got to where I am, I always taught about the things that I wanted to learn about. Anything I wanted to learn about, I began to teach about. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, if you want to learn about anything, begin to teach about it. There's no better way to learn than to teach. That's why I became a teacher, because I am a learner. See, real learners become teachers. The people who really want to learn, they teach. Sincere ones who really are interested in personal growth and development and ongoing learning, developmental learning. Anyway, so what I'm saying to you at the outset is that I have a proprietary solution. My solution is for smart women and men, smart people who are progressive, who want to be supported in having a transformation. They want to become a wife or a spouse that is in marriage, and that marriage is satisfying. That is what I'm saying. After all these years of working with people, I'm saying that my solution is that you empower yourself with the specialized knowledge and the support that I am rendering here, me and my team, soon me and my organization. And you can, if you want to, then have the clarity you require. Because currently, you're confused. You understand? I don't know, I'm not married. Where's the man? Why are they not choosing me? Must I force somebody? I've got people interested in me, but it's scary. I don't know how to proceed. These are the symptoms of the guidance gap. These are the symptoms of the guidance gap. What you are living and experiencing, the problems that you are having premaritally, like you're not attracting people that you feel comfortable with and are, optimistic in terms of proceeding into marriage. These kind of problems, they are the result of society not being able to address the needs of smart progressive people or smart progressive women in our program here. You get what I mean? Men too have not been given this kind. A man who wants to have a real satisfying relationship hasn't been given the support to have marital satisfaction. They don't know. They just marry somebody in the hope that person is going to be the person, and that they realize that person is far from satisfying, and now they're stuck. Now they're thinking, let me look elsewhere, pornography, this, that, the other. You know what I mean? They get tempted, or they just feel frustrated, they get angry, upset, all that sort of thing. Men and women both. Women might be just more, let's play this role because we're in a one down position. The women who are not, let's say, independent, they're like stuck. So women are in between a rock and a hard place, as they say it. And this solution addresses that. Especially for women who have realized my mother can't guide me because I'm living a life beyond my mother. My aunties can't guide me because I'm living a life beyond, them. Let me give you an example. If I start making a lot of money, and I have a lot of money coming in, now can I go to somebody who is poor or was a working class person and say, advise me around my money? What advice can somebody who's beggarly or needy, money needy, or even just enough to get by or hand to mouth, what advice can a parent or somebody else give me around managing money? Or even a religious elder who is earning a pittance, controlled by the trustees of the mosque or wherever they are, somebody's paying their salary. How can they really advise me if I am living a life that is beyond? They can only advise for what they've lived and for the people that are living like them. Do you understand that? If you are understanding that, please give me a thumbs up. Do you understand that you've been confused, not married, getting into the never married category because your mother's aunties, brothers, sister-in-laws, whoever it is, they can't deal with you. They can't deal with you. You're a different person. And whoever they went to guidance and they can't give you that guidance. So you're stuck. So you're confused. This is why you are either keeping yourself from attracting people interested in you, or you attracting the wrong people and you're getting married and divorced. I had one lady, who was with us at with Fatima there and at Amina's home, and she was like, I just got divorced for the second time and I feel shame. I said to her, would you want to stay with that guy? She said no. So I said, you did a good thing by leaving. She said yes. I said, so you did something that benefited you by divorcing? She said yes, but it's the second time. And in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be the third time and the fourth time until you realize, let me not go here. You know what I mean? So, and she had 2 children, and she looked like half my age. You know what I mean? She looked half my age, and she had 2 children, married for the second time, and I don't think the marriage lasted for more than a few months. And I said to her, you're feeling ashamed, but you don't have to feel ashamed. You have not been taught and guided to marry correctly. You get me? If somebody has a lot of money and there's nobody guiding them, they want guidance, they are teachable, but there's nobody there to teach them, or whoever's teaching them is teaching them something that's not appropriate for where they are, or beyond, people are beyond their skill level trying to assist other people, you know what I mean? And I said, you stuck without guidance. You don't know how to marry correctly for a lifetime of marital fulfillment through spousal satisfactions, mutual spousal. You don't know. She looked at me strangely. I said, yes. And you can't blame yourself for that first divorce, the second divorce. But you can blame yourself if you say, somebody is here and they're prepared to give me guidance as how to develop myself so that I marry correctly and I don't have another divorce. In fact, not only I don't want to be with the guy, but I marry a guy who I want to be with for my whole lifetime, and he wants to be with me for my whole lifetime. You get what I mean? That I'm with somebody and we really enjoy each other's company. So women have not been getting this kind of support for various reasons. People are remedial. Oh, you got marriage problems, come to me. Society hasn't been addressing this major issue, that women are lost, especially the smart women who are living beyond their mothers and grannies and aunties and sister-in-laws, and they are in a different world that these people can't understand. And the sources of guidance for these people, whether it's religious elders or other people or wise people with knowledge and all that, they can't help these women. So the women who are really going to appreciate what I'm sharing here are the women who are stuck. They know, either through first-hand experience, well, we can't get ourselves married, or secondly, we're getting ourselves married and it's scary, we can't trust ourselves. And it's not that you must feel bad about that or feel like there's something wrong with you. It's just that you have not been educated. You get what I mean? You haven't been given a solution. Nobody told you this is the solution for you. Now, this might not be the solution for all women, and this might not be the solution for non-smart women, and this might not be the solution for non-progressive women. But I can tell you, as a man who myself is smart and progressive, this is my solution. It will work for anybody who is prepared to learn, grow, and develop, anybody who's prepared to skill themselves and then be of value to others and have others be of value to them. Anybody who is like in this classroom and is taking in the information, but not just filling their head up with this information, they are actually using this information to relate differently. They're beginning to relate differently in life. If you're taking this information and it's giving you understanding about you and life and marriage and your role in it, and you're realizing how you've been living, and now you realize you can live another way, that's amazing. So last Sunday we had our first physically live event in Durban, thanks to Amina, and she hosted it, and Rabia for setting it up, and Fatima was there, and I got a chance to speak with Amina and Fatima, and I got a chance to speak with other people, because the event went on for about 2 hours, but we were there again another 45 minutes or so after that. We were talking and all that. It gave me a lot of, I could begin to see where women are in their thinking and their mentality. And it was scary, I must tell you, that women do not realize that they are operating with an uninformed child mind. They don't know how clueless they are. They're trying to use their stuckness and the thinking that is incomplete or the thinking that is, improper around this whole subject. And they're trying to it's like if you don't know about investing money, you don't know about money and investing money, and you're talking about money and investing money like you know how to do it. That's a scary thing. So a lot of women don't know that they haven't been given the proper premarital advice or premarital guidance or premarital education. They don't know that I am not premaritally literate, you see. And so as I've been giving us the awareness here, Amina says to me, Fatima says to me, we're not the same anymore, Ashraf. Usually we would do this, but through your guidance and support, we're not doing that anymore. Now we're doing this. And it's made a big difference in our life. Basically what they're saying to me is the knowledge, the information is supporting them in a transformation. Before I used to ... Now I'm doing this, and you know what? Wow. You know what I mean? I'm actually expanding. I'm not the same person that I was. You get what I mean? Now, this is who is going to really benefit from this. While many people might be interested in this teaching and sit here and listen, only the people who are really interested in a transformation, only the people who are really open to learning, growth and development are going to benefit from the instruction that is given here. If you want to remain rigid in your mentality, fixed in your personality, then your reality is going to stay static. So this is definitely not for those people, especially women, who are thinking, I'm going to remain the same, and God is going to find a nice man for me, or somebody else is going to find a nice man for me, and I'm going to get a nice man. You know what I mean? This is infantile thinking. It's infantile. And it's shown in the repeated experience that these women are having. So they're either unable to attract the proper interest in their life. So one of the things we're going to be looking at today is the first half of the journey and then the second half of the journey. So there are particular blockages that are keeping you from having attention from high quality people. You see, to move along this path of getting yourself soulfully married, you have to become the person who has a vibration and energy of being seen by the right people and being interested in by the right people. If you have barriers and blockages that push right people off, what do we mean right people? High value people. You push them away that you can't see them. Or if you have barriers and blocks that keep attracting low value people, that is something you're going to have to look in you. Right? If you are a person that's keeping away people's attention and saying, hey, I'm interested in you. You are interesting. I would want to be with you. I value you. I want to get to know you better. If you are keeping that away, that's you keeping that away. You get what I mean? And you might not realize. You might be like, no, I can't find the guys. There's no guys. So we're going to look at our stories. We all have stories to explain away why we don't have high quality people showing interest in us. And we're going to see our role in that. So if you want to remain the same with your story, and you want to say, I'm not playing any role in my not having the right people interested in me. I want to assist you to be a person, whether you're male or female, to have people in your life, desiring you, interested in you. You get what I mean? High value people, not low value. Because a lot of low value people can desire you and be interested in you for their own reasons, fine. But high value interest That's what I want for you, where you can pick, choose, and refuse. You can pick, choose, and refuse. So that's the first part of this. If you've got that kind of barrier, that you're not meeting the right people, and you're meeting the wrong people, and you can't seem to attract somebody that you admire and are interested in, you just have people that are, you just shake your head and say, ish, why do these people hound me? Where's the right people? God, am I meant to remain alone? Will I remain alone? There's nobody. So that's the first thing we're going to look at, the blocks and barriers that keep us from being noticed by high-value people and being desired by high-value people. Are you interested in that? Is that something that you're interested in? Does anybody here realize that's a problem? That I'm moving through life and I don't have high-value people telling me, I'd like to get to know you more, and you look at them and say, there's so many of these people, that are interested in me. I have the pick of the choose. I have the choice of the pick. I have the pick of the crop. So that's what we want to get you to, as like a halfway. That are you in that situation where people are interested in you left, right, and center, and you get to say, who you want to take it further with or whatever it is. So that's really one of the issues that I want to address with, and we're going to look at today. So we're going to look at like blocks and barriers within us, our role in that experience. And then once you got that going, the next part of it, the second part of it, is how to select. Select the right one. And what's required for you to select the right one. If I teach you spouse selection, now, but you're not attracting any interest to select from, that's not really going to benefit you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm making the point here that I'm going to show you a pathway, and this is not from any book, and nobody else has told me this. I'm not saying aspects of it are not taught in the world, but I'm saying this is my proprietary solution. It's my intellectual property. It is me who is really, developed this. And I developed it for myself and for you with your support over the last year. And now I'm ready to take this into the world. And with the support of my team, those that meet with me on Thursdays and have met with me on Thursdays, and the facilitator team as well, this has been a learning curve. This is why I've been not really charging the real value of this program. Not to say that, you're not getting high value of this. This has been valuable, and I'll show you why. Because today I'm going to outline the whole map and show you along the way what are the difficulties, the challenges. But at this point I'm saying to you is that you must be prepared to look at yourself and to change the way you relate. If you're just saying, I want to remain the same, find me a nice man, you're in fantasy land, you are in dreamland. You understand? You are infantile. A lot of girls have grown up and they haven't had premarital education. It's like a boy telling you, find me a job that I'll become a millionaire. You understand? Nobody gets a job where they become a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. Somebody's going to give me a job and I'm going to become a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. You see? So if you want to remain the same, if you don't want to humble yourself, if you don't want to develop yourself, if you don't want to learn to be of value to the high-value person, if you don't want to actually have the high-value person be of value, if you don't want to look at what's keeping you stuck and how to address that, then you are in the wrong place. You get what I mean? So some people are like, I don't want to learn. Just show me, how to tell God, send me what I want. He must send me what I want. And the people out there must love me. And I'm entitled. And men should just be loving towards women and all. These are infantile ideas. What you're going to learn here is the truth. You're going to learn the truth. And those of you prepared to accept the truth and live truthfully, you're going to have the benefits of learning truth and living truthfully. And it does require work. You see, it does require work. So let me just wrap this up, this introduction, by saying to you that a lot of women are, they are feeling frustrated because they want to marry and they can't seem to get themselves married. And they start thinking all these kind of stories as to there's no good men, maybe God doesn't want me to marry, maybe I'm destined to be single. They have all these kind of stories. They can't find partners and they're frustrated and they worry and they're feeling stressed. They're fearing that some of them have wanted children, but the childbearing age is come and gone. Some of them want to live and they don't want to die alone. They're scared they're going to live and die alone and there's not going to be there. So there's a lot of women who are worried. If this is for you, if you at least a few times a week, think about, I'm not married yet, you know what I mean? I want to get married. There's something, So if you are like, I've never been married and I don't care, you know what I mean? This might not be for you. If you're like, I'm cruising through my life and marital fulfillment and marriage is not important, is not for you. This is for people who are realizing that, this is a pressing area in my life. There's something that I want. Not that I need. There's something that I want. It's like somebody might say, I want to drive a sports car. It's not something that they need. They can drive a Toyota, a Hyundai, whatever it is. But they might say that in my lifetime, life is short and I want, one of the things that's really important to me is to marry. And if I don't marry, that's going to be a disappointment for me. You get what I mean? If you are that kind of woman who's like, if I don't marry, it's a disappointment. Not to say it's the end of the world, but like I would have not experienced an important part of marriage, or important part of life. Now, I'm not saying just marry and have a horrible marriage, but I'm just saying it's for you if you realize that you want to marry or you want to be in a loyal spousal relationship. You want to be with somebody and create something with them. You want to have something that is really meaningful and enjoyable with another human being. You know what I mean? And that you're not having it, it's an issue that you'd rather have that and die having had that. Now if you say, look, I'm alone my whole life, I'm a master of being alone, and so on and so forth, you're going to stay alone and blame God and blame other people, and you don't want to say that I have a pattern, I've got a role to play in my life. So only the people who really want something, will take the map and use the map and play with me along the way. That we can play and get you to where you want to go. So other people are just sitting here and like, we've been alone our whole lives. We looked ourselves our whole lives. What is he talking about? We want to continue to be alone and look after ourselves. You see, some people are like, and that's fine. If you really want to be alone and never really have somebody to be an adult caring of them, or you want to be alone and you never want to have some other adult care for you, if you want to live your whole life and die without you giving spousal love to somebody, and if you want to live your whole life and die without receiving spousal love from somebody, it's okay. I'm not saying that you need to give spousal love. I'm not saying that you need to receive spousal love. But I'm saying life is an opportunity for me to live, and part of life is relating. I mean, the Quran says we created you, that put love and compassion in your heart, that you may dwell with each other in tranquility. I want that spousal satisfaction, that tranquility. I want that. No, I'm not saying, if I had it, it's nice. I'm saying I have marital aspirations. I have marital yearnings. It means that as a human being, I'm honoring my vulnerabilities. You see, now there's some women and men, they don't honor their vulnerabilities. You get me? They don't say, God, you gave me life, you give me air to breathe, you give me sight. What you've given me, nobody can give me. I'm your creation in your care. There's some people like, no, who's God? What's that? I got my job. I'm a big shot. I help everybody. I don't need anybody, not even God. You get me? So some people are like that. If you want to live and die like that, that's okay by me. I mean, it's got nothing to do with me. Who am I to judge you? It's got nothing to do with me. If you don't want to know about your spiritual vulnerabilities and address your spiritual... If you want to live and die without establishing a relationship with God and experience your spiritual needs met, I don't mind. It's got nothing to do with me. I've already done that. I've established a relationship with God. I have my spiritual need met. I feel great. Whether I marry or don't marry, I feel great now. My peace is, no marriage is going to make me peaceful. You understand? In fact, the marriage will reflect how much of peace is within me. A lot of times when people get married, they say this partner is irritating me, making me angry. That partner is only reflecting how much peace you entered that marriage with. Can we write that down? Oftentimes, discord in a marriage is an indication of what is your level of security or peace that you entered that marriage with. Now me, I've got this peace. I can enter into a marriage with that peace because I know that my partner is not my God. My partner is not going to look after me. I'm not going to be looking after my partner because God is looking after me and my partner, my future partner, and everybody's partners. That is our relationship with God. I always say, put things into perspective. First is God taking care of you. Now, I've been doing that. Those of you who know the Believer's Refuge training, in about 2018, I started talking about God, which is something strange and different. But I was guided to that. By 2019, we created the Believer's Refuge training. And that has continued and has reached its maturity. You know what I mean? And I've been teaching around that. So I don't act like I don't need God. You know what I mean? I'm created. I'm a creation of God. I'm a creation of God in His care. Every day, I nurture my spirituality. Every day, I nurture my spiritual relationship. But some of you might be like, what's that? We go to job and we earn money. That's it. We're looking after ourselves. We got children to look after. We got men to look after. We got women to look after. People might be saying, you know what I mean? That's fine. You want to be there. You don't want to change your relationship. You don't want to take the information and have a transformation in how you relate to God and life. You know what I mean? So I have developed myself into a peace consciousness. And so I have a great relationship with God. If I never marry again, if I never, have spousal love, giving spousal love and receiving spousal love, it's okay. It's not something that I need, but it's something that I want. And not only do I have my relationship with my Creator and I feel wonderful I feel joy. I'm not saying, when I get married I'll be in joy. You know what I mean? I am in joy now. And I'm joyful now. I have a relationship with myself. I've developed a relationship not only with God, but a relationship with myself that is self-full, self-benefiting. I'm not the same Ashraf I used to be. I act in a way that actually makes me of high value to me. I know the absolute value that God is to me, and I'm being of value to me. I know the absolute benefit that God is to everybody, that I can't be to anybody, nobody can be to me, that God is to us. But I know the benefit I can be to me that nobody can be to me. And I'm making that benefit. You get what I mean? I am benefiting myself. I'm not saying when I get a partner, that partner is going to benefit me. Oh, I'm going to be so self-full. I'm going to be so joyful when I get a partner. No. I'm secure with God. I'm in spiritual joy now. And I am joyful. I can have fun by myself. Really. And I can joyfully express myself. I can joyfully apply myself. You see, anybody, can see that Ashraf, he looks good. He's healthy. He's happy. He's a happy guy. You know what I mean? If you meet me on the street, whatever, you chat with me, you'll never say this guy's got money problems or relationship problems, because I don't have any. You understand? Because my main issue is I'm spiritually developed, my vulnerability with God. I say, God, I'm created. I depend on you. You are meeting my needs. I have you to turn to. I know how to turn to you. I know how to turn to you and receive from you. So you're not going to feel, when you meet Ashraf, you're not going to feel like he's worried, he's scared, he's afraid, he's looking after himself, he's overthinking, he's got these problems. I know whatever problems I got, I have God to assist me. I know how to turn to God. I know how to have Him help me. I've developed myself spiritually. And you're not going to find Ashraf feeling bored. Ashraf is so bored. I'm bored now, bored. Nothing to do. Let's gossip. You know what I mean? Ashraf is busy. He's doing things for himself. He's enjoying himself. Every day he has pleasure. I told you, every day I enjoy pleasure. Many other things I do too. I pray, I play, I have pleasure, I concern myself about my pay, I do work, I give value to the world. You know what I mean? So every day I am an adult with me, my body, my life, even my future life and my afterlife. I'm there. I'm like with me. I care about me. I'm being caring to me, my body, my life. I'm being caring about my future self. I'm being caring about my future life. This is why I can tell you things are only going to get better and better for me. How do you know? Do you have a crystal ball? No. I am playing a role. I'm interested in my tomorrows. I'm here with my mum in Durban, and I like being with my mum. And she learns from me. And so we're talking, and I said to her, Mum, it was her birthday a few weeks ago or so. And I said to her, Mum, you can live to 90. My uncle lived to 93. I said, you can live to 90, 93, 95. I said, there's so much of information on the internet today for elderly people, for pensioners. And I said to her, these are simple exercises you can do. Stand, sit on a chair. That's exercise. You're moving. Move your joints, whatever it is. And I said to her, but you must. She says, no, I know sometimes I move my wrists, sometimes I move my legs up. I said, no, Mommy. That's a good start. That's wonderful. But you got to have a routine. You got to say, when I get up in the morning, today, after I shower, I'm going to be doing this. That's my routine. I'll do stand-ups and sit-downs on the chair 10 times. Whatever it is. She's listening to me and listening to me and listening to me. And I said, your whole life you've been moving, and your whole life you've been doing well. Your health is great. But now, if you remain not moving, you're going to let yourself down. Got her attention. Her value is not to let herself down like, And next thing I saw, I left her, I was preparing for this program, and she's listening to YouTube videos. She's telling me, this woman is 105 years old. She's doing this stretch and that stretch. I said, Mom, congratulations. Congratulations, Mom. Other women your age, they don't realize how they're making themselves sick. They don't realize how they're making themselves sick. They're thinking sickness is from God. When you're old, you're going to get sick. I said, this is good. I said, Mom, who are you associating with? In all of your friends, is anybody healthier than you? She says, I'm the healthiest. I said, that's a bad sign. You're the big fish in the small pond. I said, you must learn from people that are healthier than you. Where am I going to find them? I said, YouTube, on the internet, courses, pay for it, invest in yourself. You know what I mean? And she was like checking things out. I was so, impressed. Amina met my mother, Fatima met my mother. Amina sent me a lovely message about my mother, how she's impressed with my mother. Fatima said good things about my mother. And because we are a family of learning. Even at my mother's age, she's open to learning. She doesn't, I'm the same and I don't want to do this and that. She's prepared to say, I'm prepared to be different. You get what I mean? So I'm telling you, she wants to play a beneficial role in her life. Get what I mean? So God is playing a beneficial role in all our lives. I can't be the value to me and to others. Nobody can be that value that God is to me and others. And then I can be of value to me and benefiting me. And nobody can do that. Even if my mother gets married, she was there. She's a widow. And she was at the talk. Even if she gets married, nobody is going to replace God's relationship with her. And nobody is going to replace her relationship with herself and her body and her life and her future life. I told her, Mommy, I want to see you in Jannatul Firdaus. She make dua for me. I said, look, I always make dua. You made dua for me, I always make. But I want to see you in Jannatul Firdaus. It doesn't end here. When you die here, it's a transition. We will meet again. She listens to me. And I said, these are things you got to do to make sure you meet me in Jannatul Firdaus. These are things you got to do to meet me there. I'll be there. You can meet me there. You know what I mean? And I tell her, you come from your time and Islamism, these people don't know, and they've been telling you things, and you know what I mean? I'll tell you another story down maybe today about her understanding, and I'm guiding her in understanding. Anyway, the point that I'm making is no woman is going to replace my relationship with God. What God does for me and what my vulnerabilities are that God meets, no woman is going to do that. And my relationship with me, my body, my life, my caring, no woman is going to do that. No woman is going to be self-beneficial to me Only I can be self-beneficial, right? And in my life, my contribution to other people, no woman is going to make me and inspire me to contribute to other people, you know what I mean? I'm giving to other people in my work, I'm giving to the society, community service for free and all that sort of thing, right? I'm doing all these sort of things. I'm giving, caring to others. No woman is going to make me caring to God and caring to myself and caring to my future and my afterlife. No woman is going to do that, and no woman can do that. And I can't do that for any woman. And no woman is going to be like, a woman can be supportive, which is what we're getting to. So if I know I'm interested in me, my body, my life, areas of my life, my future life, my afterlife, my future self, my afterlife, I'm interested, I'm ambitious. I'm not waiting to get married for my life to start. A lot of women are waiting to get married for their life to start. You know what I mean? Because they grew up in a community where women don't have lives outside of marriage and being a wife and a child. Being a wife and a daughter-in-law and, having children, being a mother. So these are some of the concepts that your parents have had that you might have that are confusing you and you are lost. You don't have clarity. So what I'm giving you is the clarity that I got, that I'm using, that I'm mapping my way, and I'm moving forward. So basically I have vulnerabilities that only God can meet. I can't meet that others can't meet. There's vulnerabilities that only I can be to me, my body, my future self, my future life that God gave me to me. He won't do that for me. Others can't do that for me. I can be interested in life, areas of my life, my future, my afterlife. I can be interested in my career, money, finances, contribution. I can be interested in all these areas. I can be interested in my spousal relationships. I can be interested in socially connecting with the right people, benefited from the right people. I can do all that. You get what I mean? No woman is going to substitute all that. But having said that my vulnerabilities with God, my vulnerabilities with me, my body, my life, my future life, my afterlife, areas of my life, my interest in my career, my finances, my health, my interest in, playing a beneficial role in these areas of my life, receiving support from other people, giving support to other people, socializing with people that are higher. Like, for example, Mo, my brother, was in Cape Town last night, and 3 of my students went. And that's great, because who you meeting every day? You meeting every day people still in the trance, right? You meeting every day people that don't know their potentials and possibilities. You meeting every day people still in their routines and all that. Now when you meet Mo, you realize this guy slept on the bunk bed above Ashraf. This guy with his mother and sister in the same room. 4 of them. This is the guy. No. This is the guy when he was 3 years old, his father passed away. No. This is the guy who not only became an engineer, but left engineering to follow his passion and do this work for a living. You get what I mean? So he was actually there to do a corporate gig. And while he was there, this is an opportunity for him to just, do something with a smaller group of people. He wasn't there to do the smaller thing, He's a big shot. So there might have been however people, in the room there, whatever it is. And they had a lot of fun. I've been told, I saw the pictures and all that. And he's like me. When I come to Durban, I'm here for my family, whatever. But if I can, do some free talks and give people some support, I'll do it. But I'm not here to do free talks. But I'll do it. You get what I mean? So by being and associating with people like us, and others like us, by us and others like, you start realizing, how do these people do it? These guys are always happy, they're living their passion. Power of association, you meeting people, you realize, you speak to them, they speak to you. You tell them, you talk to them. I really admire you and what you've done, whatever, this is amazing. I look forward to one day in my life finding my passion and living. And you never did magic right till the time you were, in university. Yeah, no, Ashraf did magic. Ashraf was, doing these tricks and all that sort of thing, but not me. And you mean you never went to magic school and you never got any training in this? Yeah. No, your parents went, your grandparents went, your family went, and you're doing something like this. It's unimaginable. They'll say to you, yes. And they'll say to you, you have within you an unimaginable destiny too, that you have no clue about. You see, so I'm going to wrap it up with this, that if you are a person who's prepared to play a positive role with God, yourself, your body, your life, you're a person who's prepared to, function in a way that is responsible in your life. If you are a person who's wanting to connect with the right people, associate with the right people, realize your negative associations are holding you back, realizing you keep talking to the same people every day, they can't take themselves into the unimaginable, nor can they take you into the... You start changing things. You start realizing who are the people that I can learn from, benefit me. You start eliminating people who are reducing time you spend with other people that are wasting your time and all. You're wasting your time. They're not wasting your time, you're wasting your time with them. And then now you're like, wow. So I'm a grown-up adult now. I've gone through a personal development education. Now I am ready, not only to have God meet my human vulnerabilities. I'm a human being. I didn't create myself. The one who created me gave me needs. He meets my needs. Then he gave me the capacity to meet certain needs of me, my body and my life, my relationship with myself. I'm prepared to be vulnerable there. That I require from God, but I also require from me. My body requires from God, but my body also requires. My life requires from God, but my life requires from me. My future self requires from God, but my future self requires from me. My afterlife requires from God, but my afterlife requires from me. You get what I mean? You start realizing I'm vulnerable, but God, I'm not threatened and vulnerable. I'm assured I'm in the care of God, and there's certain thing God can do with me and for me. What I was saying to you is that there's certain vulnerabilities that I have with God. Now you can live your life like you don't have vulnerabilities with God, and you don't meet them, right? And there's certain vulnerabilities you have with you, your body, your life, your future life, certain that requires from you attention, right? And you can live self-abandoned, you can live God-abandoned, self-abandoned, and you can be in your life like neglecting your life, negating your body, being negligent, all that sort of thing. And your social life, like who you connect with, the influence of people in your life, the kind of influence of people in your life, you can begin to see that and address that or not. You see, these are things you can do. Now, if you do this 4 levels, God, yourself, your life, socially, now the 5th area of your life is spousal. It's unlikely that somebody who is not interested in a relationship with God is going to be interested in a relationship with somebody else, spousally. You understand? It's unlikely that a person who does not have a healthy relationship with God is going to have an interest in a healthy relationship with others. Now I said a healthy relationship with God. So a lot of people have an unhealthy relationship with God, and they're interested needily on a spouse. They want the spouse to provide the joy that only God, you can feel with God. They want the spouse to provide the joyfulness that only you can feel for yourself, your body, your life, and moving forward. They want a spouse to provide like the satisfaction in life that they can't do. You see, the spouse can't do that. And they're not doing these things. And they just want the spouse to be them, take care of me, make me feel happy, please me in every way. I'm this child, look after me, be my father. You know what I mean? A woman might say, or a man would say, be my mother. So some of you might be like, have no healthy relationship with God. So it doesn't matter to you if you have a healthy relationship with the spouse, because you don't know about vulnerabilities and addressing vulnerabilities and caring for yourself with God and yourself, your body, your life. You don't want to play that role. You don't want to admit, I require from God. You don't want to admit that, I require from God. You don't want to admit that I require from me. You don't want to admit that my life requires from me, my body requires from me. You don't want to admit that. You don't want to give that. You don't want to admit that who I socialize with, I must check up on that and see these. You don't want to do these things. Some of you don't want to do them. So when it comes to marriage, it won't be really something to say that I have spousal needs and I want these spousal needs met. If you are a master of self-deprivation, you're going to be very comfortable. Because you're not with God, you're not with you, you're not with your body, you're not with your life, you're not with other people. You don't have a life that is satisfying. And so you're like, who cares about getting married? Your days will come and go and you won't care. So getting married or being in a spousal relationship, a long-term spousal relationship, is around spousal vulnerabilities, spousal needs, desires, and preferences, spousal values. You get what I mean? It's like some people, if you're not interested like in prosperity in your life, if you don't want to enjoy your life, you're not going to focus on an enjoyable married life. You get what I mean? So if somebody is not interested in God, they're not joyful, they're not enjoying their lives, they don't want to enjoy their lives, marriage is going to be, it's okay. So they don't have a princess consciousness or a prince consciousness, they have a pauper consciousness. You get what I mean? If you're not into prosperity, then you're into paupery. Pauper, a pauper, P-A-U-P-E-R, it's like a poor person. So if you are a pauper in life, and that's got nothing to do with money, it may include money, but it's not limited to money. But if you're living your life as a pauper, like self-deprivation, you don't want to enjoy the good things in life, you don't want to enjoy life itself, you're not really going to focus on marriage as a source of enjoyment. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a spousal relationship where I, as a person who has my relationship with God, who has my relationship with myself, my body, my life, my future life, afterlife, areas of my life, people, things and experiences, money, contribution, work, health. I'm looking at all that in my life, you see, and I'm looking at enjoying my life. And I'm enjoying my life without a spouse. But now I'm looking at a spouse to add. I'm looking at a spouse to add to my enjoyment in life. So this is my unique solution. This is my core solution. In the area of marriage, I'm saying that I'm offering something here, this map, that if you are spiritually secure, personally satisfied, you can be open to and inspired by marital satisfaction, marital fulfillment, and you can want that. So I mastered, in a certain sense, my relationship with God. I'm on my way. I'm on the path, right? I've mastered my relationship with God to a certain degree. I can't turn back. I'm a believer. I'm feeling great, and I feel great every day. And I've now mastered my own caring for myself to some degree. You can't stop me. Basically, when I say master, I've shifted my identity. I'm a different person. I'm firmly established in the believer consciousness, beyond needy and all that. Beyond being a beggar, I'm a believer. I'm not a child anymore with this addict in me and all that. I'm established in an adult, empowered adult. So I'm grounded there. And I've been looking at, my life and areas of my life and satisfaction, job satisfaction, work satisfaction. And you can see I'm really committed to putting this thing out there. I'm here, I'm doing free talks. I extended my stay, for this kind of thing. I'm giving hours and hours of my time to people who don't pay me and all that. But you can see that I'm doing this for the greater good of humanity. I'm doing this, I'm caring for human beings. You can see Ashraf is a caring human being. Not saying, how much? They asked me, how much are you going to charge us for this workshop on Sunday? I said, I'm not charging you a thing. It's free. I don't want anybody to say, I couldn't afford it, and that's why I didn't get this knowledge. I want people to say, it was for free and I couldn't go. I didn't go. One lady said, I got no transport. There's Uber. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of things. I got no transport. Can you record it and send it to me? I said, no recordings will be made available to the public, because you got to show up and shine. You see, people who just feel like, I want to remain the same, but God must help me. He must come and give me guidance here now, send me a prophet for me and all that sort of thing. No. You got to be prepared to spend. This is why I charge people. When you spend, when you pay for it, you'll pay attention in it. You get what I mean? If you don't pay for it, you don't pay attention in it, right? But never mind. This is introductory for the public. Give them some sort of, guidance. Show them where they're making a mistake, what the mistake is, and so on and so forth. Put them on their way. At least protect them from, they put themselves in harm's way. At least they can realize it's me who's keeping me unmarried. It's me who's marrying incorrectly. I don't know how to proceed. There's knowledge here. This guy's showing us. I give them some information. for free. There's YouTube videos, all that sort of thing. So that's me caring for humanity. That's me having human esteem. You know what I mean? Somebody might say, Ashraf, you're a remarkable guy, I admire you. You know what I mean? Some woman will be like, who cares about this guy? He's wasting his time. He should be making money for himself. I don't care. I'm there. Now, I want to give caring to the right person. Get what I mean? Now, everybody has a right person for them. We can't just take anybody and make them be the right person. You've got to do this in the proper way. And God has for each one of us somebody that's suitable for us and we suitable for. So that's what it's about for me, is that, I have shifted my identity when it comes to, from being a non-believer to a believer, from being a needy beggar to a believer. I've shifted my identity to an adult. I've shifted my, identity to being authentic in my life. I'm authentic, more authentic than I've ever been. I'm not being a fake in my life. I'm being authentic. I'm supporting what I want. I'm standing for who I am and what I want in my life. I'm authentic. So then, I'm making progress in my life in terms of so many different avenues of my life. I'm progressive. I'm not, going to be a problem to a woman. I'm not going to make her life miserable. I'm not looking for her to mother me, whatever it is. I'm looking to have a satisfying relationship where I know who I am and what's important to me, and that person happily is ideally suitable in meeting my needs, and I know what's important to her and support her in meeting her needs, and together we both are like believers, adults, and moving forward in our lives, and and we're really enjoying being supportive to each other and living in spousal satisfaction. So my identity shift there would be, I'm a fulfilled spouse. You get what I mean? So it's just a challenge that while I'm alive, I'm doing this. Connection with God, me, my body, my life, my future self, my afterlife, areas of my life, money, work, health, relationships, fun and play, connections with people. I'm just choosing, while I'm alive, I have this opportunity to develop my potentials and possibilities and be a role model to other people, show them the path of human excellence. And so the last part for me would be this as a win. Because if I get that part of my life right, where I'm really satisfied as a spouse, it doesn't mean that if I'm not satisfied as a spouse and my spousal needs and desires and preferences are not met, I'm not secure with God. I'm happy with God. And I'm happy with me, and I'm happy with my body, and I'm happy with my life, and I'm happy with my future life and my afterlife. I'm happy with areas of I'm happy with my focus in my life about making progress in my life when it comes to work, money, health, fun and play, all that sort of thing, pleasure. I'm happy with that. And now I'm saying this is an area of my life that I'm ready to look at, and that's what we're doing here. So the very last thing I'm going to say before we open the floor for sharing is, I have a vantage point that you don't have, because you don't have 30 years of learning and experience. I actually have over 30 years of learning and experience. I went to university in 1990. You know what I mean? So it's like 35 years or so, 35, 36 years. But practicing and all that was from about 95 onwards, so close to 30 years or so of working in this area, and that, working with people, working on myself, and so on and so forth. So I have a unique expertise that's beyond psychology as we understand it and spirituality as you understand it. And I am stepping forward and claiming my potentials and possibilities in life. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to support others who want to do this. If you want to live beyond, like, I'm not vulnerable, I don't need God, but we have God. We have God and we're vulnerable on God. If you don't want to acknowledge those vulnerabilities and meet those vulnerabilities, if you don't acknowledge you require from you require from, your body requires from you, your life requires from you, your future self and future life requires from you, your after self requires from you. If you don't want to meet those needs and address them, it's okay. If you don't want to look at your life and areas of your life, how am I with money, how am I with my work, how am I with health, how am I with people, if you don't want to look at your social life and see, while I'm alive, who do I keep company with, am I learning, am I growing, am I developing, if that's not important to you, that is fine. It's absolutely, you can be like everybody else and live and die like them. It's fine. That's you, but it's not me. But this is me. And now to say, right, I am now focused on spousal satisfaction, and I am. I've got other areas of my life, under, my attention, and I'm addressing my vulnerabilities. I know that God's taking care of all of us. I'm being caring to me. I am being caring to others. But I want to be spousally caring to the right person. You get what I mean? And I want to receive people's caring and spousal caring, spousal love. I want to give and receive spousal love. And that's a human need, a human desire. That's what God has created us to live. Now, some people are embarrassed to say that. They feel if I say that, it feels like something is wrong with me. No, if you don't say that, you got an issue. It means you are depriving yourself of spousal satisfaction. You're depriving yourself of a very important part of life. Now, some people it doesn't matter because they're depriving themselves of God, they're depriving themselves of themselves, their bodies, they're their own self-deprivers. You get what I mean? Their lives, they're living deprived lives, living indulgently. They're not choosing opportunities to mix with the right people, be inspired, connect with the right people, move forward. They're not doing that. So spousal deprivation means nothing to them. See, so I'm just putting all the cards on the table. Then you can know, is this for you? Is this for you? Do you value having a person who is beyond the time and space reality where you are in with your people and your tribe, where everybody in your life is still stuck in the past, and they are living as past people, perpetuating past patterns, and there might be nobody who can tell you this. They are just confirming for you your old thinking and your old reality. And I'm here, and I'm saying I believe in your potentials, I believe in your possibilities. If you're open to learning, growth, and development, if you're prepared to change your relationship with God, yourself, your body, your life, if you're prepared to address your honor and honor your vulnerabilities with God, your body, yourself, your life, your future life, your afterlife, areas of your life, if you're prepared to say these things that are required from me, and I'm prepared to give them to me, and one of the things is to give myself people's caring. If you're like, no, I don't need anything. As long as I got money, I'm okay. I can buy from the shops that I buy from. I got no problem. That means you're living like how some smart women are living in the world. They don't realize there's a progressive component to it that can take you into a princess consciousness, where you marry for satisfaction, and you can sense dissatisfaction, and you can repel dissatisfaction, and you can attract satisfaction into your life. You get what I mean? That's the princess and the pea, compared to the pauper and the watermelon. Some women are just getting married, and there's a big watermelon under the mattress, and they're like, ish, it's very comfortable, so nice, what's that bump in the bed? I like sleeping uncomfortably. You get what I mean? So we like waking up. And I might be the first person that you hear telling you about things like this. You get what I mean? You might have not heard this. So if you didn't hear this, you're going to stay stuck with your thinking, and you're going to be with the people that you've been with. And so with me, I can show you a potential and a possibility that I know is possible for me and for you. And I can support you move into that potential and possibility. But only if you are learning, growth, and development orientated. Only if you realize this is what you want to enter into marriage, spousal relationships, informed, educated, go through the developmental learning, the premarital education. You got to become a different person. You got to go through a transformation. And if you want that enough, because some people don't want that enough. Like the whole life they were deprived of God because of themselves, their bodies, their lives. They're like, who cares if somebody cares for me or not? No, I care. I want to experience being spousally loved. I want to experience an entirely spousally satisfying relationship. It's an ambition. It's a dream. It's what God has put love and compassion in my heart to dwell in each other in tranquility. I want to experience that. I really do. For some of you, it's like, what's that? I don't know. We just want to get married because for other reasons. So our solution here is marry correctly with the developmental learning training that we give you here, and with the premarital education that we give you here. You will be able to get yourself spousally satisfied. You won't have to wait and wish. You understand? You don't have to be in a state of wanting and hoping. All that can go away. So I am standing for your potentials and possibilities. I'm standing for your future self. I'm standing for my future self. That like I went from being a beggar to a believer, an addict to an adult, inauthentic to authentic, being receptive, from unreceptive victim to a receptive vicegerent of God. I am now going from being unmarried or to being in a entirely spousally satisfying relationship. That's my dream. That's my next focus now. I've been working on my business, working on my career and all that. But I also, while I'm working on this, I want to have an entirely satisfying, where our partner is entirely satisfied with me and I'm entirely satisfied with her. And we're living our lives, but together we are meeting spousal needs and enjoying the satisfaction of those spousal needs. So I have a dream, I have a desire. I see myself spousally satisfied, entirely spousally satisfied. I want to be the prince and the pea, not the pauper and the watermelon, right? So I'm developing myself in that. I know that's possible. I know that's possible. I know that nobody I've known have lived that as a man, but I know I can live that. And I know that as I live that, other men can live that. And I know that no woman I know has lived that, but I know a woman can live that. I'm not saying that women haven't lived that, but generally speaking, women haven't lived, but they can live this. I know that a lot of things I'm living that other people haven't lived, is possible. There's human potentials and possibilities. And so that becomes my focus in this particular classroom, that I see a vision of myself where I am in a spousally, mutually satisfying relationship, where I'm really, it's easy, it's enjoyable, it's satisfying, it's pleasing, I'm so thrilled. And the other person is saying, yep, it's easy, enjoyable, this is who I want to be with, this man adds to my life, I value, and this and that. So that's what I want for me, and I want that for you, and I believe it's possible for me and for you, and I believe that with the proper guidance, and if you want to go through this and do this work, you can do it. Now, I made the point that this is not about you just sitting there and listening to this. This is about you reflecting and seeing your role in your life. This is about you being interested. Now, those of you who are not really into personal satisfaction, it is unlikely that you're going to focus on a marital satisfaction. So this might not be for you. I'm sorry to tell you this 1 year later, but you can figure it out. You might just want to get married in a fantasy dream world. You understand? You might not realize there's a formula that you've got to become the best spouse you can be. You've got to look at what is the barriers keeping you from being the best spouse you can be. You've got to attract the best spouse you can have. You're going to look at what are the barriers keeping you from attracting the best spouse you can have. You got to create the most enjoyable marital life you can have. And you've got to look at what's the barriers. You get what I mean? Because if you didn't have any barriers, you'd already be there. You understand? So the first part of this is us getting clear about what's going on here. Is this for you? And is this for you? And if you say it's for you, then there's a learning, growth and developmental process that is required of you. If you're prepared to do it, great. If you're not prepared to do it, that's fine too. Watch other people and me develop and learn. Or go somewhere else where somebody will take your money and tell you that you can have what you want, don't worry, they'll pray for you, and this and that, and infantile thinking and wishful thinking. This is a system. It is based in reason and spiritual understanding, and it works. So it's been developed now, and it's here, and I'm sharing it with you. So you got to ask yourself, is it a problem that you're not experiencing spousal satisfaction? You get what I mean? Not that you need to experience spousal. For me, it is a problem. I would rather be spousally satisfied than not spousally satisfied. It's not that I need to be spousally. I don't need. I'm with God. I feel great. I'm in my joy. I'm in my joyfulness. I'm in my enjoyment. I'm very satisfied in life. But this is going to take me to the next level. I want this that's going to take me to the next level. Having a person in your life that's with you and for you, and you with them and for them, and enjoying each other's company, it takes your life to the next level, right? And not that you need it, but it's an opportunity to take your life to the next level. Now, I'm ready and willing to take my life to the next level. I'm in. I'm not just saying it. I'm ready to do it, and I'm prepared to still look at what are the barriers and blockages in me and clear them, and how I'm showing up, and what held me back, and what's holding you back, and clear them. So, this is the first thing, that what we're going to do here, if you're interested, is establish a growth incubator. What is a growth incubator? If you say, I'm in, Ashraf, you are the man who understands these things, I don't. You're explaining to me, I'm prepared to be here with you and learn with you. while you're going through this, I'm going to learn with you and go through this. I want your support. I want you to show me my role in my life. Now, if you're somebody who's pops in here and pops out, your current life is, is more important. You're more comfortable with where you are. It's fine. Be here. But I'm saying I would be more comfortable being there. I'm not saying I'm uncomfortable. I'm saying I'm comfortable. And I would be more comfortable with certain spousal preferences and desires being met. And I want that. I really do. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's like saying I want food to eat, I want water to drink, I want healthy food, I want to make sure I only put healthy food or more healthier types of food in my body. I want to have a healthy marriage. I want to have a healthy person. I want to have a healthy, enjoyable experience with a healthy person. So if you are that person who's like, I get what you're saying, your core solution, and yes, I am prepared to do what's required of me to do to become the healthy, happy person, to become the healthy, happy person who becomes the best spouse I can be, who becomes the person who can attract the best spouse I can have, who becomes that person in an unimaginable relationship that my mother would have never known or doesn't know or nobody around me knows, but I can live into the unimaginable that later on Ashraf will be sending people to me and say, go and meet and associate with this person. Go and meet this person. They were where you were. Look at where they are now. They know something you don't know. You're just living and talking to the same people, just living and talking in the same life. It's just going to continue. So the choice is yours. So we establish a growth incubator, if you are interested. And then I can support you when you say, right, we're going to do this. I understand what you're saying, and I want to do this. Not like, I need to get married. I hope I get married. We're not here talking about marriage. We're talking here about spousal satisfaction. I want you to understand that. It's like somebody says, I want a job, and I want a job that pays me R1,000,000. It's fantasy, right? But if somebody says, I want to contribute as part of a company that has a vision, and I'm prepared to add value there, and I want to receive remuneration, that's an adult talking. So a lot of people are just in their child mind, they don't have clarity around what is a marriage really. And nobody told them that you can marry for spousal satisfaction and how to develop yourself for spousal satisfaction. So if you're prepared to admit that I am premaritally illiterate, and not only am I premaritally illiterate, I have learned things that are holding me back, and I'm prepared to unlearn my superstitions around marriage, and I'm prepared to receive information and become premaritally literate, and I'm prepared to learn, I'm prepared to grow, I'm prepared to develop. I'm here. We can do this. So with that, I just want to say again, thank you so much for all of you for being here. It's 13 months from the beginning, and I have the clarity that I require to be able to assist myself and you. And we've been here, we've been addressing a whole lot of different things, but now I'm going to package it very clearly to move forward to that outcome. If any of you here is into personal satisfaction, and or you want to be into personal satisfaction so that you can pursue spousal satisfaction, if you're interested in pursuing spousal satisfaction, you are in the place. We're not talking about getting married. We're talking about getting soulfully married. We're not talking about getting married. We talk about getting in experiencing a marriage where you are fulfilled. We're talking about creating, supporting you, to giving you the knowledge, to giving you not only the knowledge, but giving you the support. See? The support that you require to get yourself soulfully married, to create a lifetime of marital fulfillment through mutual spousal satisfaction. You see? That's what we're offering here. So some of you might think, oh man, I can't just remain the same and wish and hope. Yeah, keep wishing and hoping and see where that takes you. Here you have to grow up and be an adult. So some of you can be here, and I'm not going to force you to pursue spousal satisfaction. It's okay. You might get personal development out of this. As long as you find value here and you say, I'm learning things here, and I'm learning to relate differently. I'm not just getting information, I'm supporting a transformation. Actually, what you're saying is supporting me in becoming I'm not just a smart woman, but I'm becoming a progressive woman. I'm getting this education, this information, I'm learning, and I'm using this information and learning, I'm applying it. I'm different, I'm becoming. So this is what it's about: learning, developmental learning, and premarital education. Premarital education. The support, so that you can actually develop yourself to be a person who is an adult, a happy, healthy, unmarried person, who then attracts a person to take your life to the next level in terms of having your spousal needs met, your spousal preferences met, your spousal desires met. You get what I mean? So just to say it plainly, I am here, and my solution to you in the area of marriage, if you're looking to marry, is to show you the blocks and barriers that keep you unmarried, or may even take you into the never married category. I'm here to show you how you can actually go through a learning development to attract people into your life to be interested in you, but through the learning development, and how you can then move forward when people are interested in you, marry correctly for a lifetime of marital fulfillment. We are addressing that the woman who's not married in that wanting, I'm needing to get married, I'm living without my spousal, I'm spousally deprived, I'm maritally unsatisfied, that wanting, I'm wanting to find somebody, that waiting, when somebody finds me and chooses me, then I'll get married. You see, these are kind of blocks. We're going to look at like why this is a mistake and why this is a problem and what is the solution. Or people say, I've got no problem with men being interested in me. I don't have that block, Ashraf. The block I have is I'm in doubt, and there's a major risk here. And I got married the first time, and I chose wrongly, I married incorrectly. Yes, I require some support to marry correctly. You see? So whether you're on the side of I've never been married, or I'm married and divorced, I'm widowed, you can get here the information that will guide you to becoming a person who contributes to another person's life, who suits you. And that person contributes to your life, who you suit. And together, you can be together and have your spousal preferences met. So, creating a lifetime of marital fulfillment is a function through spousal satisfaction. Spousal satisfaction is a function of your spousal preferences being met. Spousal preferences have three components. One is your marital needs, the other one is your love desires, and the third one is your relational needs. So your relational values. So it's your marital needs, your marital needs. I'll explain this after we open the floor for sharing. But your marital needs is a container in a relationship that you feel safe and protected, and you don't feel threatened, or you don't feel stressed and burdened and in danger. You know what I mean? Distressed and in danger. You don't feel like your marital needs are met. And then your love desires is what you admire in a person, what attracts you to a person, what you appreciate about a person. You admire, you find appealing, attractive, and you appreciate what can you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, you like. It's attractive, appealing. And the last part is your relational values. Your relational values is what is the experience you want to have with this person. You see, when you're with this person, how do you want to feel? And what is it that the being that supports you and how you want to feel? Together, this is a whole essence of marital satisfaction. Each one of us has, can become clear. We can begin to own. Like when I know what are my needs that only God can meet, I can own that. God, forgive me, forward me, fulfill me. God, as I thank you for what I have, you give me more. And then I can know, like, what are my needs from me, my relationship, my self-caring. What's that like? What's that about? And my body needs from me, and meet those body needs. And what my life needs from me, and my future self, future life, my after self, and meet those needs. You get what I mean? I can own them. My vulnerability with God, my vulnerability with me, my body, my life, my vulnerability with others. That what do I require from God? What do I require from me? What does my body require from me? What does my life require? What does my future life require from me? What does my afterlife require from me? What does my money situation require from me? What does my work situation require from me? What does my health require from me? What does my fun and play and recreation require from me? I know what is required of me with God, with myself, my body, my life, my areas of my life, money, all this. I know socially what's required from me. But I also know spousally what is required. So this is where a lot of people are unaware. This is where they are unconscious. They don't know what their spousal preferences are. They don't own their spousal preferences, and they don't know how to support it. So this is at the core of our work, is being aware of spousal satisfaction, your spousal preferences being fulfilled. And everything around it, where you can meet another's spousal preferences, and another can meet your spousal preferences, and your Creator brings you together, and you live a wonderful, love destiny in this world, and through your death and beyond. So that is my, bringing it, everything now is brought into clarity. From where we started, I'm just telling you, this is the situation. You want to learn, grow, and develop. You want to meet your own vulnerabilities, including your spousal vulnerabilities. You want to own them. You want to support them in being met. You want to play a responsible role with God, with yourself, your body, your life, future life, afterlife, areas of your life, with your money, with your work, and be responsible there. You want to support having what you want there. That's great. And then you want to support what you want in your spousal life. You want to support that. You want to actively participate in that, and within through God to have that area fulfilled. That is within your power to do it. You are the one who attracts to you a partner. You are the one who attracts to you a person. You can attract to you a person who cares for you. It's your caring for yourself when you marry correctly. You might think it's somebody else is caring for me. It's like, I often say sometimes somebody's wasting my time. Then I realize nobody's wasting my time. I'm wasting my time with people. Certain people, I'm wasting my time with them. People will ask me questions. I tell them, why don't you join a class? Why it's easier that way? No, can we just ask you a question? Then I realize I'm wasting my time with these people. They're not wasting my time. I'm wasting my time with them. They want to learn, but on their own terms. They don't want to come to a classroom. They don't want to study. They want to figure it out themselves. So I realize I'm wasting my time with them. They're not wasting my time. I thought they were wasting my time. So I'm in ownership of my time. Instead of saying, you are wasting my time, you are wasting my time, you are... No. So I'm in ownership of my time and my respect of my time. In the same way, I can become aware of time is important to me. I can also become aware of what's important to me in a relationship. And I can own that. And I can show God what I want. And I can, with and through God, claim that into my life. And you watch me do it. You watch me do so many things in my life. You watch me do this. So that is my introduction for the day. If you're in the right place, stick around. If there's any value you can get from here, stick around. If you realize, no, I am not into vulnerabilities. I just want to depend on me. I want to depend on other people. I want people to depend. I want to live as an abandoned person. I don't want to own what's for me. I don't want to care for me with God, care for me with my body, care for me with my life, care for me. I don't want to care for me. And so I don't want to care for me in the area of marriage. I just want to get somebody and they must love me. You know what I mean? They should just love me. That's fantasy. See, this whole thing is based on responsibility and learning and growth and development. If it's for you, it's for me. I'm not sure if it's for you. Stick around, and thank you so much for being here up until this point. Okay.